If you're a Vancouver Islander, you may at some time have been to Victoria's Royal Jubilee Hospital, either as a patient, a visitor, or an employee. Now the Royal BC Museum is proud to let the public know a remarkable legacy from the hospital's nursing program is safely in their hands. Veronica Cooper has the story.
We were very fortunate in this last year to have received from the Alumni Association of the Royal Jubilee Hospital School of Nursing a very large collection that they had put together that represents almost a century of nursing in this province. This is a nursing sister's uniform from the First World War.
From a previous donation.
It was worn by a lady who was a graduate of the Royal Jubilee Hospital School of Nursing, Gladys Carville,
who graduated from the School of Nursing in 1914. Also from another donor, a very special trowel from 1889, used by Emily Nelson, wife of the Lieutenant Governor Hugh Nelson.
For laying the cornerstone of the Provincial Royal Jubilee Hospital, which was something that was very important in the day. You know, the dedication, the ceremony surrounding a new building, and especially something like a hospital, which was, built for the Golden Jubilee of Queen Victoria.
These dance cards are from a ball in 1901.
And look at the tiny pencil.
Tiny little pencil to record who you danced with. You can also see within the program there's waltzes, 2 steps, the barn dance. So we have a radio from one of the nurses' residence room and her alarm clock as well.
Paul is especially delighted with some of the more mundane, day-to-day items that the nurses thoughtfully added to the collection.
A lot of people are always interested in the really old, the really early, but then here we have something from the 1950s, 1960s. One of the other really great artifacts that we got from the 1950s was the bicycle that the nurses were using to ride back and forth for their duties.
There's also graduation pins.
They're engraved on the reverse with the nurses' names and the dates. And so this provides us another opportunity to add to the context of this collection by looking into the lives of the person that this represents.
Of course, there's medical items in the collection, too.
They have the stethoscope, the reflex hammer, and of course, we have the listening tube.
A fetal listening scope made of wood to monitor their expectant mothers.
If you think of what they're using today, ultrasound, really quite amazing.
Opened in 1890, more than 3,200 nurses graduated from the Royal Jubilee School of Nursing before it closed in 1982, when nursing programs moved to colleges and universities.
Their legacy is still with us, and that they did this and then wanted to find a home for it is magnificent. And there was over 35 boxes. In addition, the archives received collections, and there was an oral history collection that I believe went to the archives. Right now the collection is unprocessed. In time it'll be added to our database and eventually made available online to the public.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.